Hi and welcome. I'm joined by 5 Eurovision fans ready to discuss one of this year's Eurovision entries. My name is Charlotte, I'm from Denmark, and I'll be your host today. Now, let's meet our panel of Eurovision fans before we start talking about the Bulgarian entry.
Hi, my name is Josef. I'm 29 years old and I'm from the Czech Republic. And I'm working as a data analyst, and I watch Eurovision since 2007 when Czech Republic made its debut at Eurovision in Helsinki.
Hi, my name is Alberte. I'm 21 years old, and I've been watching Eurovision since 2010, and I've been a fan since 2014. My favorite winner ever is Lordi with Hard Rock Hallelujah, and Lordi is also my favorite band, so that's nice.
Hi, I'm Michael. I'm from Scotland, been a fan for a long time. My favourite Bulgarian entry didn't qualify was Angel City by Miroslav.
My name is Jacques. I'm from the Netherlands. Until 2013, I was a journalist at Eurovision, and the first time I watched Eurovision was in 1977, so I'm quite old.
Hi, my name is Luke. I'm 29 years old. I come from the tiny island, but beautiful island of Malta, and I'm Maltese. My first Eurovision was in 1998, and I've been watching it since, and I'm a huge fan of Eurovision.
The song we'll talk about today is from Bulgaria. This is another reselected act from last year. It's Victoria. She was one of the favorites to have won last year. There's a little bit less hype around this year. But what do you guys think of this song? Growing Up is Getting Old. If we start with Luke.
Unfortunately, I don't like the song at all. I don't like the song at all. I was hoping that it's gonna happen like last year, where at first I didn't like the song, but then it kind of grew on me. But unfortunately this year it just didn't. I find it so boring, so depressive. Trying to be emotional, but it doesn't give me any emotions. It's one of those songs that I simply skip on my playlist, and I don't like the song, no.
And Jacques?
As the previous winner, Duncan Lawrence, said, music first. Last year's Victoria should have brought home Bulgaria's very first Eurovision victory ever, if it wasn't for a certain pandemic COVID-19 disaster. Tears Getting Sober was of an incredible beauty, as people often say, too good for Eurovision, as if only Eurotrash is allowed at the Song Contest. I loved every second of that 3 minutes long Tears Getting Sober. The 50s backings, the specific choice of instruments in a beautifully orchestrated arrangement, with a great storyline and the laid-back singing of Victoria. It all came together in a unique song about domestic violence, my work. But my absolute favorite in 2020, and then 2021. If I hadn't known of last year's song, I would have probably been as lyrical about Growing Up is Getting Old as I was about Tears Getting Sober. But I'm slightly disappointed. Not because it ain't good, as it is brilliant again, but the problem lies within the similarities with last year's song. It is too much of a copy of last year's song, but weaker. The arrangement of backings and orchestra near the end is too much overpowering its serenity, and hopefully they will dare to tone it down and keep it simple for the stage performance of Victoria in Rotterdam. All in all, an absolute great song, slightly less than its predecessor, but still amazingly great.
Well, last year, Tears Getting Sober was my favourite, was my number one song. This year, she released Ugly Cry beforehand, and I couldn't believe this was actually the same girl that actually had done Tears Getting Sober, and it was rumoured that that was actually going to be her Eurovision entry. But then she started to release another 5 songs, and oh my God, that was the most dreary, depressing thing I've ever heard. It was just awful, because that was just too much. So then came the night of the our final, and I actually really enjoyed our final. I thought she performed every song really, really well. I was actually quite surprised how much I enjoyed it, because I was writing about that article and I thought, I'm never going to get through this one through the night. But in fact, it was a really, really good show. But I couldn't tell between the 6 songs which was best. They're all horrible. They're so depressing, so bad. I don't know what's wrong with her, but she needs to switch the candles out and head off to a disco or something and get herself a little bit of happiness, because there was no happiness in any of the songs. So when it was chosen on the night, I thought, fair enough, it's quite nice, but listening to it's getting old, and I'm really shocked that it's in the top 3 favourites. I think it's kind of coming down now, but if she performs it on the night, just like she performed it on the stage, she may be okay. But nothing special about the winner. It could have been any one of the 6 songs that were picked.
It's my favorite. I absolutely love this song. Like, I know that it's not a happy song that you usually hear in Eurovision, but the thing is, it's not about that at all. I think Growing Up is Getting Old is about comfort, because we all experience anxiety from time to time about, like, are we accomplishing enough in our lives? What will happen to us once we grow up? And Victoria is just singing this comforting tune about, don't worry, it's going to be okay. And all we have is basically growing up. And I really like the message of the song. And I really think that Victoria has a lovely voice. I also really enjoyed Tears Getting Sober. It was also my favorite. But I do think this is actually better than that, because it has an amazing composition that I don't think at all resembles Tears Getting Sober. It has more amped up instrumentals and choral parts, and I really, really, really enjoy it. I really hope it'll do well, because it's my favorite.
There is applause from Jacques. But let's see what Josef has to say about it.
Well, I loved last year's entry, Tears Getting Sober, and I was looking forward to the songs that Victoria prepared for us for this year. And there was a slightly different songs in the selection. Some were more similar to last year's, and some were quite different. And in the end, even though it wasn't a fan favorite, I really loved Growing Up is Getting Old, which was my favorite out of those 6. And it was mostly because I felt the most positive vibes from the song, from the 6 in the selection. Some of them were really, really depressive, which were similar to Tears Getting Sober. But Growing Up is Getting Old is really, it makes me really feel good, calm, and I really enjoy listening to every second of it, especially even when she performed it live during her private concert. And I was a little bit amused, and it made me laugh when I saw the title, Growing Up is Getting Old. I started to mix it up with Getting Up is Growing Old, and then she did it in the song as well, which was like, oh, now you helped me. Now when you sing both, I don't know, I will not remember at all which of the titles is the correct one. So excuse my English if I switch the Getting and Growing in the title.
And currently, if we are to get back to the bookmakers, as Michael quickly mentioned, currently Bulgaria is 5th with the bookmakers. In 2016, Bulgaria got out of a 6-year-long strike with the non-qualifications. But since 2016, they have reached the final every year, and also with quite good results in the final. Are they sure to qualify this year? One would rather assume so, being that high with the bookmakers, but let's hear what our panel have to say. Josef.
Well, as Victoria is my number 4 this year, so I am pretty sure she will qualify, even counting with the fact that last year she was also a big favorite. And I think that in the end, she may end up in a top 10 for sure.
I think she'll qualify, and I'm not just saying that because she's my winner. I saw on Facebook the other day someone else discussing this, saying that she could mesmerize the audience if she does it right, and I think she has the voice to do that. So I think that she'll qualify based on how incredible her voice is.
Yes, I do actually think she'll qualify because unlike a lot of the songs or the other singers, I have actually seen her sing it live, and it was impressive live. There is no question. And when people hear it for the first time, as some will, it'll be good enough. I think it will qualify, although she is in a group of 3 really slow songs, kind of strange ordering in that second final this year, but I still think she'll make the final.
Yeah, this is for me. It's a no-brainer. This will qualify, and I really think this is going to end up in the top 5 in the grand final.
Well, I think it will qualify. It's distinctive enough to qualify. There's nothing like it in the semifinal. It's basically the only female ballot in the semifinal. Well, you can argue that Albania is also a female ballot, but it's a different kind female ballot, so you cannot compare the two. But then when it goes to the final, I think Romania will basically walk right over it, and I don't think it will do well in the final. So I think it will go somewhere between 16th and 20th, somewhere like that. That's what I think.
I will probably find myself be very much unpopular with a couple of people at this panel here. Alberte and Jacques, don't hate me after this, but this song is nowhere near the standard of her entry last year. I really liked the song from last year, but this song is just too boring for me. I find myself in the situation that I'm actually slightly annoyed at her way of singing the song, except from the last few lines of the song where she goes deeper. I love that part. But otherwise, I really don't like the song. Using the Eurovision scale 0 to 8, 10, and 12 points, I will give this 1 point. And that's just for the last bit of the song. But what about you guys? How many points? I think we'll start with Jacques.
Well, I was going to give 10 points, but because of your only 1 point, I will give it 12. I don't know what 12 is in the Bulgarian language, but they know exactly what I mean. 12 points.
I'm gonna give it 5 points. I might give it more when I see it once again in the semi-final. But for now, I'm just a little fed up with it. So I'm just going to give it 5.
And Alberte, it was your favorite too. So is it 12 points?
It's 12 points from me, definitely.
Yeah, here we agree with Alberte. It's 12 points from Czech Republic as well. So 12 points pour la Bulgarie.
And Luke?
2 points. Only 2 points. I can't
that
understand
means,
why I give it 12.
I'm so sorry, Luke. We will not go to Malta this year now. This will do it. Sorry. No, just kidding.
Yeah, I won't vote for Malta now, just because you said not that I was planning on it, but no.
Oh,
not
okay.
happening now.
I'm gonna give it 24 points, 12 from the jury and 12 from...
Good. Then you have our votes again.
So that was a bit of everything. Let's just say that. Everything from my 1 point and to the 12 points So guys, do you hate me really much now?
Not too much. Just a smidge. No, of course not. Everyone's entitled to their opinion, and I think it's important to remember, like, anytime you do one of those videos, that we have our opinions and it's okay. We're just stating ours. You don't have to agree at all.
Exactly.
So
I entirely agree with what Albert is saying. Everybody likes different songs. Everybody has a number 1 to 39, and they could all be different. But it doesn't mean that there's anything wrong with the person. It's just the songs that they like or they don't like. But I will actually say one thing that I was told. Do you remember the song Flashdance by Irene Cara? When that first came out, she got a lot of comparisons to Donna Summer. And in reviews, she said, do you compare male singers or group singers? And the reason why I'm saying that is because Roxanne and Victoria are getting compared this year, and but none of the other songs are. And so I think we have to be careful when we're saying, well, she's going to get done by Romania, or Bulgaria's going to beat Romania, or Romania's going to beat Bulgaria. They could all be lots of different songs. And Roxanne and Victoria, although they're slow female singers, they are individual singers, and they're totally different.
Does anyone have something else they would like to add?
Yes, I also wanted to add one more thing, that it's quite interesting that this year we have, let's say, a lot of songs with a retro vibe, so a lot of like 80s and so on. And it's very interesting to see a Bulgarian just next to it, because it's not like like an 80s song or something like that, but it has a retro vibe, as she is there remembering how her early youth, and it's like all of the things are like 20 years back, so it's very like melancholic, so which also fits the, like, let's say, a retro Eurovision 2021.
Anyone else with something to add?
good luck, Victoria.
Yeah, good luck. I mean, a young person. It's great that she's out singing and writing her own songs. It's very impressive. But sing something happier the next time.
With that, I would like to say thank you to our panel and to our viewers. We'll soon return with new panel members and the rest of the 2021 songs. Take care, and don't forget to subscribe and follow Eurovisionary. And bye, guys!
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Tot ziens in Rotterdam.
Bye.
See you in Sofia 2022.